Which one was the Victor Frankenstein thing?
Was that supposed to be scary or funny?
Or funny? Like, what was...
I didn't get it.
I got like a Stephen Sommers Mummy Returns kind of vibe from it. Like, there were so many pauses for laughter.
And I couldn't tell, like, the characters were just quirky.
So yeah, very quirky for a horror type setting.
It was like a comedy, but all the things looked like something from out of Dead Space.
Yeah, it really did. Like, it even had some cool like imagery, like the thing, like the two eye sockets, like just on the thing, and they were hooked to electricity, and they were blinking,
Moving with the fire.
I was like, that's cool, but like they're treating it like Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes.
That's exactly what I thought. I thought there was only one guy who made Frankenstein. Or he had a little creepy assistant, didn't he?
He had a creepy assistant, Igor, and I think that's supposed to be Radcliffe's character. You know, the most the character you always think of when you think of an ugly, hunchbacked assistant. Sure, cast Daniel Radcliffe, a super attractive, good, like, well-off, well-mannered actor. Like, that makes perfect sense. So we saw Hitman, or Agent 47 Hitman?
Hitman 47.
Hitman 47. I didn't see the other 43.
Was it a reboot? Was it a sequel?
I don't think it was a sequel, because they didn't address anything that happened in the others. I don't remember the others, though. You seem to.
There was only one other one, and I really liked it because it was slow. There wasn't a lot of crazy car chases or anything, but I couldn't get over. I was like, wow, Hitman looks like he'd spent a couple weeks in a tanning booth.
Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah. He was really good.
Yeah, I remember, from what I do remember that movie, he was the one thing I liked about it the most. The part that I hate, that I think of two. I remember the first Hitman in two extremes. I think of Timothy Olyphant being like the best thing about it, and then the worst thing I remember about it is there's some kind of like a fight scene on a train or a train car, and for no reason they just decide to like, hey, let's have a fist fight instead, when they've all got guns.
They had the sword fight.
Or they'll just decide like, no, let's just make it fair. I'm like, you're Hitman. You don't play by the rules. You play dirty all the time. That part I always remember as being the worst part, but I didn't have any strong feelings about it.
I thought at the end when the old CIA guy pulled him all over and then 47 escaped, I thought that was like the best part of the movie, because it was pretty funny and you didn't see that coming.
Well, so you've like, I've played a couple of the Hitman games.
I played Blood Money and whichever the new one was.
I really liked the new one.
The new one I really liked because there was a storyline. It wasn't like Blood Money where each contract was kind of a different theme to it. Like the new one just kind of went through.
There's connection.
Yeah, exactly. There was a purpose to it.
I liked that part, and I really appreciated like just how like intricate and detailed every level was.
You can really replay a level 1,000 times.
You really can.
And do something completely different.
I like that a lot. And then I saw the trailer for this, and I just wasn't sure what I was looking at, because I was like, you're a hitman, but you're flying a helicopter through. I mean, that wasn't what ended up happening, but I was like, this seems very over the top, Matrix-y.
For the first half of the movie, it almost seemed like, before they changed it around, he wasn't the main focus of the movie.
No, not at all.
It was the girl who was the focus of the movie.
It really was like, and that's how the trailers sell it too. The trailers really make it seem like 47's the bad guy. Like, he's gonna get you, and you gotta run. He's gonna get you. He's coming for you. But then, they completely changed that around for the second half.
I thought Spock was gonna be like the good guy.
Yeah, that's kind of how they pitch it. Is that Zachary Quinto, Spock, and Siler, they very much sell it like he's the badass good agent that's gonna save the day. But then they kill him off. Not really. By the way, spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Not really though.
He's got a shield of metal inside his entire body.
A shield of metal,
and he moves pretty good for having a shield of metal.
Which I call bullshit, because that scene, blood shoots out of him. Like, it violently shoots out of him. I'm like, well, I guess he's dead. And then they just come back later like, nope, he's got subdermal armor in his blood. I'm like, bull fucking shit. I saw blood shoot out of that body.
He's pretty much Wolverine and T-1000 offspring.
He really is. Like, he just, like, that, and when he officially, like, got stabbed during that fight scene, and he just shrugged it off like, pretty cool, right? Or whatever. I was like, shut up. This is such a, now it's a comic book movie.
Yeah. And when they told the dad, they got, the armor thing, he goes, they got that to work?
They got that to work? Yep. I was like, oh, God, stop it. Stop drawing attention to it.
The only thing that bothered me, right, spoiler alert, was when the dad mentioned to the daughter that they were brother and sister.
Did he, though? Like, it's so, I don't know how else to take that.
I don't know why he would have mentioned her having a sibling unless it was 47.
Yeah, because they look right at him.
And what was the weird scene when they're driving away from, the laboratory and his wife gets shot and 47's just running around in the driveway? Like, no one... Was he the one who shot the mom?
No, I don't know. That was not too terribly clear what happened there.
It was kind of a Kennedy scene right there, like the bullet came from where 47 was running from.
Mm-hmm.
But then they grabbed him.
On the whole, the movie in general, like, I didn't hate it. Like, I kind of hated the trailers, but also I'm kind of like, I don't know what was in that movie that I couldn't have necessarily gotten somewhere else. Unless I specifically wanted like a Hitman movie. I can't remember.
It really wasn't a Hitman movie.
No, that's the thing. The first half was, and that was okay.
Yeah.
That was fine.
There was the shootout in the train station, and then he's not concerned about anyone hearing his gunfire that's already heard it. And then when they move into a dark parking garage, he puts a silencer on because apparently he doesn't want anyone to hear his shots.
Because
anymore.
now he needs to stay quiet.
Yeah.
He wants to stay incognito.
Everybody in the train station is gone, but now he needs it to be quiet.
When he was 10 feet away from the main girl and Spock, like, he starts to reach for his jacket. I'm just kind of like, no way. No way is he actually gonna... And then he just starts shooting like nuts. I'm like, well, if this was the game, you'd be screwed.
When do you ever see Hitman do that?
Yeah.
And he changed wardrobe like 4 times.
But he was
only in it for like 2 seconds.
And then he was just right back to like, okay, I'm back on my red tie now.
Yeah, he just was automatically switched back to his normal clothes.
Yeah. It was... I love how he missed that same part where he pulls the gun out in the subway station. I love how he missed the shot there, but he can somehow nail the driver of a moving car from like half a football field away.
They were farther than that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the car moving. I better shoot to the right half a mile.
Exactly. Like, it's a very convenient kind of movie.
He marked her.
Yeah, he marked her. Yeah, it's like, I didn't miss. They did that a lot. We're like, you missed. No, I didn't. I did something in the background.
Yeah.
Like, it felt very... It's weird because, like, some of the writing, or a lot of the writing felt very convenient. And in, like, a PG-13 kind of way, but, like, this is not a gentle movie.
No.
It's pretty bloody.
They did show a lot of blood.
Yeah. A lot of CG blood, but, I mean, it's still a hard R.
Were you as bummed out as I was in the beginning of the movie when Diana sent another hitman there and you're like, when's he gonna get there? And he shows up in the last 5 seconds. And
5 seconds.
And they just shoot him.
Yeah, they
have a stare down for a good 5 minutes, and then they just shoot him.
Like, they really, like, heavily imply, like, oh, it's gonna be, like, the finale is gonna be Hitman versus Hitman kind of thing. But, no.
At least he sounded like the real 47.
Yeah. But it's left as like a last second stinger of the movie. The main villain really is Spock, who, I mean, if it wasn't for his Wolverine powers,
he's unkillable.
Would have just been annihilated. Yeah, he really is just right out of a comic book. He's just like this invincible guy for some reason because we need him to be.
I'm kind of tired of the I have metal under my skin invincible.
So that makes me unstoppable. It's like, there's tons of things that can still kill you. Like, it's harder to kill you, sure.
Yeah, I couldn't stop thinking of Terminator while watching that movie.
The first half, yeah, I was thinking of that. Because you have this cold, silent methodical killer chasing a girl, being protected by the bigger dude.
Even the dialogue between Spock and the girl were pretty similar between like Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese.
Just not as well acted.
Yeah.
The acting's not great in the movie, but I mean,
How's he great in Star Trek, but he was terrible in this?
yeah, I mean,
It's almost like he didn't know how to act. Like he
Mhm.
just knows how to play a confused Spock.
confused Spock, yeah. But like in this, like it really just felt like he's just saying these lines because he memorized them. I don't believe that he actually believes what he's saying.
No.
There's a lot of lines that he had. I was just kind of like, where did that come from? On the whole, like, it just felt like a very convenient kind of movie to get things going. Like, I lost count of how many times there was an open map laid out somewhere, and the person would just look at it and be like, the first place they tap their finger on, they're like, okay, that's where we need to go.
We're going there.
We're going there. That's where I'm like, how do you even fucking know that?
They had touchscreen computers, the size like 70-inch touchscreen computers everywhere throughout the entire movie.
Everywhere.
It's like, okay, we get it.
We get it. Samsung was really proud to sponsor this movie. I get
It
it.
wasn't as bad as Jurassic Park, where
No.
everyone's like, can we get a zoom in on my Samsung phone here?
My Samsung phone? Oh,
Sams-
Jurassic World was really bad.
Samsung paid more money than Jurassic Park made to have their phones in that movie.
And it shows, because that drove me nuts. I mean, eventually it stopped, but for a while it was just up in front.
I would have liked to see more Hitman gadgets,
Yeah.
like his suitcase.
Where did that come in at all?
So-
Can we talk about that ludicrous negotiation scene?
Ugh,
Like
I forgot about it.
Like the guy brings in, he's trying to interrogate Agent 47, and he brings the sniper rifle, lays it out right there, and then puts a bullet next to it. And I'm like, fired. You would be immediately fired. There is no way that would
What
fly.
embassy was that? Because he said, this is my embassy. Was it?
It's the American
Was
embassy. Yeah, in Austria.
American would do that.
Yeah, totally. I'm just like, oh my god, like, even though he's chained, no one
And
would
then-
be allowed to bring that
And
in there.
47's got lightning reflexes, and he's going to lift his arm up.
Yeah,
and-
they show it in the trailer where, like, he knew the bullet was gonna go right here, so he puts his chain there to free himself. It's like, oof, I can't put words together. It's just very, like, again, just conveniently, he brings the bullet and rifle in there so that he can say the Watchman thing and get out.
In the first Hitman, he had the walk down.
Mhm.
He had the really stiff, wasn't moving his body walk.
Yeah.
I didn't see that in this one.
That's one
You
of the
got-
things that I liked about Oliphant as
He had
as
the personality down to a T. This guy just kind of seemed like he showed up and they're like, hey, maybe you should put this red tie on. Like, he was the coffee guy and he looked good in a red tie,
Yeah.
and they just put him in the
You know
movie.
what? I'm good with that. Because, yeah, Oliphant, like, people don't underestimate the physicality of a character sometimes, even silent ones. And it's like, no, that kind of thing is important. You need to have somebody, like the T-1000, you need to have somebody move kind of creepy and kind of
Yeah.
confident. Or like a predator. And, yeah, Oliphant, the other one,
Why did he not come over to this one?
I don't know. Maybe I didn't look too much into it. Maybe just he was busy, or he just didn't have faith in it, or what. This clearly, like, compared to the others, was made on a tighter budget.
Yeah.
So they had to get somebody that
They
was
spent all the
easier.
money on the computers.
Yeah.
Like the touchscreen
The
computers.
touchscreen
everywhere.
computer. Well, because when they do resort to CG, it looks bad. Like, remember that one biker guy that gets thrown at the camera?
It's just ragdoll.
It's just a ragdoll. It's just
Every
thrown at the
biker that
camera.
got that in an accident was ragdoll.
was a ragdoll. I didn't feel like, oh damn, because I was just kind of like, I know no one's there.
You think they did that on? Well, I mean, when you play the game, you know when you're carrying a body and they just kind of got the ragdoll effects, and sometimes you get them stuck on a door and they kind of flip around
Flip
like
and
that.
flop around like a seizure.
You think they kind of tried to do the same thing with that?
I'd like to think that, but the movie is so, like, down and kind of down and gritty and violent that I have a hard time believing that they'd be that tongue-in-cheek about it.
There wasn't a 30-second string in the movie where a gun did not go off.
Yeah, and you'd think that'd be a good thing to say about an action movie, but, like, in a Hitman movie, I
I
don't
think you'd want to see a gun go off once or twice. I
Yeah.
mean, in a really dramatic, I didn't see that coming
Yeah.
scene, but I mean, they're having breakfast and guns were going off everywhere.
So yeah, there were character when they ambushed her dad. I didn't even know those characters were there. when it
I
showed the lady
barely
like
saw it,
starting
like,
to
for a
pull a gun
second.
out, I was like, okay.
You guys are out on this big, huge balcony, and you don't see this couple walking up behind you somewhere.
Well, yeah.
You don't think that you're supposed to be a hitman. You should have known those people were in the building when you got in there.
But I mean, like from like a director / writer's point of view, it's like, well, we haven't had a gun go off in the last few minutes.
There's been too much dialogue
there's
without
been-
a gun going off.
Yeah, let's have a gun go off and keep everybody awake. Like,
That was the scene that bothered me because he mentioned, her brother, but then they just didn't mention that again.
never, ever again. That feels like a thing that got either it was that poorly written or it got cut out.
He accidentally might have said it,
Yeah,
and no
maybe.
one caught it until it went to theaters.
Yeah, maybe. Because they cut to Agent 47 for a long time after that,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, pull out a gun because it's been too much. Thing. I love the whole scene. If there is any tongue-in-cheek moments, I think it was. I would say that it's the scene where he's kind of teaching her how to kill, like using all the environment stuff in that warehouse. Because I'm kind of like, that's what you do in the game.
Yeah.
You go around, you use the environment to limit the numbers down, and then you yourself go in. She has like this weird psychic power.
I tried to understand that. Like when she touches someone's hands, she goes.
She
like
can
she
suddenly
knows-
remember a thing.
She remembers things, and it's like she knows their life too.
Yeah, again, convenience. We needed her to have a flashback at this particular moment, so she would decide to go with Agent 47. So we need to have her have this flashback right now. But like, she can like, yeah, it hits her at random. She can focus on it. I honestly, because I went to go get popcorn for a minute, I really thought that I missed something.
She's got to be the most trustworthy person in the world. How many people in the first half hour of the movie betrayed her, and then the next 5 minutes later someone goes, "You have to trust me, you have to come with me." Well, okay.
Well,
yeah.
okay.
All right, let's go.
I was thinking the same thing.
let's
I was
go.
sitting there like, she goes, "Why should I trust you?" He goes, "You don't have to." And I was kind of like, I fucking wouldn't.
But her, she goes, "Yeah, okay, what? Couldn't be bad as the last 7 guys I followed throughout this movie."
That all betrayed me.
Yeah.
I bit my tongue when she escaped from the chair in the way that she did. I was like, that is such a Hollywood way to get out of that chair.
I felt like
Can't just stand up.
that was what's her name? It's gonna bother me because I can't remember her name. From
Entrapment?
Avengers.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was a Scarlett Johansson thing to do.
It was. It really was. You hold on it for just long enough, and then you get out of there.
Yep.
Yep.
In some weird acrobatic kind of way, and you kind of pause for the camera after.
A little the sexy lady pose, and then
Yeah.
you go about your business. I was waiting because twice they did the thing where he's like testing her, even though later he berates her for being like, "You think this is a game?" Even though he tested her twice. But I kept waiting for there to be another test where she didn't like take too long, because they did that twice, and you always kind of assume like, okay, there'll be a third.
There's a third time where he's gonna need her to be right on time to save him, but that didn't show up.
No, it didn't. They just kind of didn't do that.
You remember the scene in the first one where he jumps out his balcony window in the hotel and he comes back in and the little fat kid's playing Hitman on the TV?
Yeah.
They didn't have Hitman in the game,
No.
which was disappointing.
There
Because that
was-
was the best part of the last movie, was
There was not a single nod to the fact that this is like
Or
a
reference
or
to
a
the-
reference, unless you really want to stretch it and with that warehouse scene and be like, oh, it's kind of like the game. But I mean, no one would know that
no.
if they didn't play the games.
Maybe I missed it, but they didn't even have his logo in
Nope.
it at all.
Nope.
Anywhere.
Nowhere.
Were you looking for that too?
I was looking for that too. I thought I saw it on his phone at one point when he was talking, but then I was kind of like, no, that's just the like thing on that says, who the fuck were the people that he was talking to in the movie? Was that from the game? He kept talking to that girl, like
Diana
the Asian girl.
she does all the contracts
Okay.
and stuff from the
All right.
games.
Because like, because they made it pretty clear,
You never
like,
see her though in the games, but you see her in this movie.
well, because they made it pretty clear that in the beginning of the movie, like, oh, the agent program got shut down, and now they just kind of meander around. But then he's taking phone calls like he's taking like jobs. I'm like, so is the program shut down or not? But if she's from the game, then I guess it's like his own thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then Diana always called that guy, so she obviously betrayed him.
Yep.
Which, I mean, she kind of did in the first movie, too.
Oh.
I don't know how the logo isn't in the movie.
Yeah, that seems like just like a. That's one of those things where it's like it'll be for fans only, and it's not going to impact anybody that.
No one's gonna know. I mean, that's his logo, and his barcode was different. It was like a brand. It wasn't a tattoo. It didn't seem like.
Oh yeah, in the other movies, where the actual barcode part was like solid black, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Was he born, or is he a clone like in the game?
You fuck if I know, man.
I just want a clear answer. Is he a clone or is he not?
I kept waiting for a for sure answer, and they just kept dodging that.
Even the first one, like they wouldn't admit if he was a clone or not.
I kind of just swallowed the bullet on that, but then I'm waiting for the same thing in this one, and then the last second stinger, I was like, so what then?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. There was a lot of. I felt like there was a lot of things that they were dodging.
They really dodged. There was really no explanation on why the dad made his daughter a hitman.
Why? Yeah.
There was really no point to doing that.
No, it really just kind of felt like, well, we need to have her doing cool things and defending herself too. So it's not just Agent 47 shooting everything. We need more guns going off. Yeah, there was no reason or explanation like why that happened. Because I mean, like, if that because he like turns out like, oh, she's gonna be chased and hunted down her entire life. I don't know. It's just very confusing. There's no way he could have known that she was gonna have that kind of life. He could have done that ahead of time.
He wouldn't have died had they not went to Singapore to find him.
Yeah, there was no explanation why he did that to his daughter. There was no explanation how they found exactly where he was, because they just cut to a building. They say like, oh, he's in Singapore, and then they cut to this weird flora fauna place.
Yeah, where he looks at flowers every morning.
He looks at flowers every morning, and then it's like,
oh, he's got lung cancer. They made a big thing on that, but it didn't matter.
It didn't end up mattering. They don't really. They don't explain why Zachary Quinto wants to know how to build agents if he's so confident that he's better. Like through the whole movie, he keeps trying to assert himself as being like, say I'm better, say it.
If they made him, why do they need to make more?
Yeah.
They've already got it figured out.
Yeah, you have Zachary Quinto, this guy who is bulletproof and can do like all the same assassin type things that Agent 47 can,
and not die when you get shot or stabbed,
and not die if he messes up for some reason. You have built-in security.
Yeah.
So why then but they're absolutely adamant about the fact that they need to figure out how to create more agents, and I think that was what drove me the most nuts about the movie, was that I didn't understand why this evil company was trying to get this information when they already had a better version.
Yeah, they had 47 on steroids. Yet they wanted 47 instead.
Yeah, why? I don't.
47 gets shot, and they kind of just brush that off.
Yeah.
That was a really dramatic scene about him getting shot, but he's fine.
But he's okay now.
I thought they were gonna play more on that, but
no, never did.
There was no point in him getting shot.
No,
Didn't matter.
Just to show him that he cares, kind of, maybe, sort of. I don't know.
He did.
It's just that was another one of those things where I'm kind of like, you could have just shot the guy first.
Yeah.
I'm fully confident in your ability to shoot first. I think the only other moment that I got a genuine kind of not to say that I was miserable during the movie, but I think the other scene that stands out to me as being enjoyable is the part where she's taking apart the guns and he's having to go
that
fisticuffs.
was really funny.
That was really funny.
Where he looks for his guns and they're all OCD
laid out.
Yeah.
And he's just don't do that again. I was like, have more moments like that. Do more like that,
I wish
please.
there was more moments like in the first one where 47 and Nadia are in the car and he's trying to sleep and she keeps talking.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't shut up, I'm gonna put you back in the trunk. But then he kind of gave her a little smile about it, where it's like, all right, those moments are funny.
Yeah, just little stuff. You don't have to do that all the time, but just little moments like that. And there was maybe one in this movie. And I'm really not trying to bag on the discount Agent 47 that they got, but he's just not the same. I don't know if it was just because like the tie wasn't done up all the way. I swear to God, there were moments where like
it was undone.
Where either it was undone,
he doesn't know how to tie his tie,
or the top button was not done, and they just like pushed the tie up close to try and cover it. But it's like I can tell when it's buttoned or not.
It's like the budget has one suit in there,
and it didn't always like the black jacket part. I don't know. It didn't always seem to fit him.
Well, I mean, they're in Singapore. What do you need a big jacket for? In the other movies, when they're in, Russia, where it's cold 365 days a year,
yep,
you can have a big pea coat on, and no one's going to notice.
Yeah, you blend right in. That makes perfect sense. But then it's in this. It's the only reason is because it's in the game.
They can't get a Hitman. Like, 47 in the game looks rugged.
Mm.
But in the first Hitman movie, he was kind of a pretty boy. In this one, they got a little bit of an older, kind of rugged-looking guy. But it's just not the same.
Yeah, it's a weird balance where the first one, yeah, Timothy Olyphant's like a good-looking, like almost too pretty-looking
almost
dude.
2tan, 47.
But he fit the role
He had
perfectly.
the personality
yeah.
and the body movements.
And then in this, it's like you cast someone a little bit closer to it, but he doesn't, like, I'm not threatened by him at all.
No.
Nothing about him
No.
convinces me as a hitman. And I think if either the villain's plot was less nonsensical, or if the main hitman, Agent 47, was, like, stood out more, it'd be easy to recommend the movie. But
I think once you found out the plot, when she was in that, post office, and she was looking for some guy, you're like, oh, she's looking for her dad, who obviously has something to do with 47.
yeah, exactly.
It's like, that's where this movie's gonna go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when she was like, who is this man to you? She just goes, I don't know. I'm like, wait, really? You don't know?
How do you not know? You've been looking for this guy your entire life.
Have you not seen any of these movies?
Let's see, you don't have a dad. You're looking for someone who looks like he could be your dad.
Who's roughly...
And you still don't know?
Roughly 30, 40 years older than you. You know nothing about him. You never met your dad before in your life, and you don't know who this person is. There was a big dramatic pause, too, and Zachary Quinto was like, your father. I was like... Fucking duh.
When she comes out of the shower and she's got a hurt arm, he's like, let me help you with that. And he's like kind of awkward around a woman.
Mm-hmm.
When he really doesn't know what he's doing.
He has no idea what he's doing. And then like he wraps the thing around her arm. I'm like, cause she couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
That's your idea of helping?
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's helping, but I'm pretty sure
Thanks
she
for
can
taking
handle
off
that.
the Band-Aid I just put on
That
there.
I just put on there.
I couldn't have already just done that by myself.
Couple of seconds. There's like a minute and a half left.
Touch on that Owen Wilson trailer. It looks bad.
That looks bad. Whenever I always laugh whenever a movie's like on August 26th, and then I look at my phone. I'm like, that's today. That is last minute trailer booking. That's always really awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Behind Enemy Lines. I think Owen Wilson can actually do like action type movies. I think he's a pretty good lead. That doesn't look like a good movie for it.
No.
It does not. Like, the trailer told me nothing. I literally saw a guy shoot a gun in the air and then shoot at somebody off screen.
It's like, is that
And then-
American Hotel?
I don't know.
Somewhere in the Middle East, or...
And then Pierce Brosnan just tells him to get up the stairs.
Yeah.
I don't know what... And then there's a chopper for some reason, and he throws his kid off a building. I don't know what's going on.
That reminds me of the Martian trailer, where you see Sean Bean, and you know he's gonna die.
You know he's gonna die.
He's gonna die in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
That's why they cast him.
Well, it's 2015, maybe 30 minutes. It's progressive.
Do you really want to see 2 hours of just Matt Damon?
Just the Matt Damon dialogue, or the Matt Damon diaries.
I feel like they did this movie already, and it was called Mission to Mars.
Yep.
This is the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Except you don't have Don Cheadle.
Which immediately
Yeah.
has an immediate loss of points.
Oh, it's not Don Cheadle trying to survive on Mars? I don't care.
Mm-mm.
Gary Sinise isn't in it. That's the only other movie he's been in other than Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
You've lost me already.
You're losing me quick.
And it's got, what's his name from Dumb and Dumber and Speed? I can't take him seriously.
Daniels.
Yeah, can't take him seriously.
Yeah. I've heard he does really good in the newsroom, but
Never heard of it.
it's supposed to be really good. I don't really like politic type shows, so I've been like of it.
Steering clear of it.
Yeah. Well, it's the same with House of Cards. Everyone tells me that it's wonderful, but I can't stand political type
Kevin
shows.
Spacey, though.
Yeah, that's a draw.
I would watch Kevin Spacey talking to the screen.
Yeah, I would love it if Kevin Spacey had like a vlog, a weekly vlog. It was just 5 minutes of whatever was on his mind.
Yeah.
Fuck,
He
man.
needs to do that.
That would
Kevin
be
Spacey. We should everyone tweet at Kevin Spacey.
You
that
ever
he
tweet
needs to
Kevin
do
Spacey
that.
right now and just push as hard as you can for Kevin Spacey vlogs. I think that'd be great. What was the other trailer that?
The Wire.
The Wire.
Or The Walk, not The Wire.
The Walk, Black Mass, which looks amazing to me.
Owen Wilson, The Martian.
Almost The Martian. And then I feel like there was one other one.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. And then we really did have one more. It was,
I don't remember what it was.
yeah, I don't either. Yeah, well. Oh,
It was probably not a good movie.
it probably wasn't great, but, yeah. Well, before we run out, final thought is...
It's an action-packed movie.
It is an action-packed movie,
I wasn't bored.
but you also weren't thrilled about it either.
No.
And that's... I didn't pay for it, so I don't feel like it wasted my time.
I was trying to find the point.
Yeah. If you haven't already seen John Wick, this movie might impress you more. There's several
Yeah.
moments where I was
Yeah.
like, man, John Wick did this better.
Yeah. Watch the first Hitman and just forget this one existed.
Or, yeah, any movie about a bald guy shooting things in a suit. Transporter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Transporter. You know what? I'm going to go home and watch Transporter.
Yeah. Transporter is definitely a solid pick over this one.
I'll be back next week with whatever the fuck comes out. Anything else you want to say?
Nope.
All right. Thank you. See you later,
See
guys.
ya.